Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest challenges that modern companies are facing, this just overwhelming flood of data. We're going to explore how AI is completely rewriting the rules, moving us from having to write complex code to just having a conversation.
Okay, let's just pause on this for a second. What if you could build an entire data factory just by describing it? I mean, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, doesn't it? But what we're about to see is how this idea is moving from fiction to fact. And trust me, it's about to change everything.
But before we can get to the revolution, we really have to understand the problem. And it all starts with this massive task called data orchestration, which is basically just trying to tame this wild, unpredictable, and constantly growing river of information.
I mean, just look at this diagram. It really captures the chaos, right? You've got data pouring in from everywhere. IoT devices, server logs, social media, you name it. All of this stuff, structured and unstructured, has to be brought in, stored, cleaned up, and analyzed. It's this incredibly complex web, and somebody has to manage it.
So, Microsoft's answer to this chaos has been Azure Data Factory, or ADF for short. The best way to think of it is like a digital factory floor for all your data. It gives you the tools to build these automated workflows, what we call pipelines, to try and bring some order to that chaos we just saw. Okay, but here's the catch. While ADF gives you the factory, you've traditionally had to be the factory manager, and it's a tough job. It's been this constant, manual struggle of tweaking and tuning. Engineers are always reacting after something goes wrong. A bottleneck slows things down, a job fails, or you're just burning money on resources you don't even need. It's not ideal.
And this is where we get to the first huge leap forward thanks to AI. What if the factory could start to run itself?
So what you're seeing here is this concept of an AI control plane. Instead of a person staring at dashboards, you have an AI brain that's constantly watching everything. It's looking at all the metrics, and then it uses that info to predict what's about to happen, fine-tune the system on the fly, and even heal itself when something breaks.
And this isn't just one magic algorithm. It's like a whole team of AIs working together. You've got forecasters that predict future data loads, so the system is never caught off guard. Then you have these reinforcement learning agents that are like expert engineers, constantly twisting the knobs to find the perfect settings for speed and cost. All the while, you've got these AI security guards on patrol, spotting anomalies to stop failures before they happen.
And the results? Well, they're nothing short of spectacular. We're not talking about tiny improvements here. This switch from a reactive manual approach to a proactive AI-driven one, it's a total game changer. You're pushing up to 30% more data through the system, you're cutting your error rate in half, and you're doing it all while spending up to 25% less money. That is a massive win-win-win.
Just to really let that sink in, let's look at it visually. You are fundamentally getting more work done faster with way better quality and for a lot less money. This is the raw power of letting AI handle the mind-numbing complexity.
So, making the pipelines run better? Huge. But that's really just getting the factory in order. The next big frontier is using AI to understand the actual stuff being made inside that factory, the data itself. I mean, think about it. Where is your most valuable business intelligence? A lot of the time, it's not in a nice, neat database. It's buried in thousands of customer emails, product reviews, and internal Word documents. And getting insights out of that has always been incredibly hard. But now, things are different. Data Factory can plug directly into powerful AI models. You can literally build a pipeline that reads a folder of customer feedback, sends each comment one by one to an AI for analysis, gets back a sentiment score, positive, negative, or neutral, and then saves that new structured insight. And the best part? You don't have to be a data scientist to do it.
And here's the magic right here. A pipeline can now understand the meaning of raw text. This comment, which is clearly someone complaining, gets instantly and automatically tagged as negative. Just like that, an unstructured piece of feedback becomes a clean, quantifiable data point you can track over time.
And you can take this idea and scale it way, way up. Imagine feeding your entire company's document library into a pipeline. An AI reads everything and converts it all into something called vector embeddings. It's like giving every paragraph a unique GPS coordinate based on its meaning. What you end up with is an intelligent knowledge hub that anyone can search using natural language, asking questions instead of just guessing keywords. Okay, so this brings us to the final and maybe the most profound piece of this evolution. We've seen AI optimize the factory and understand the product. Now, AI is about to completely change how we design the factory floor in the first place. First off, the platform itself is evolving. The next generation of Data Factory lives inside this thing called Microsoft Fabric, and it's built to be way simpler and more integrated. It gets rid of annoying old steps like publishing, makes it easier to connect to your data, and just puts everything you need in one unified place. But the real paradigm shift here is Copilot. This isn't just another feature. You should think of it as an expert AI partner that sits right there with you, ready to build, explain, and even fix your data pipelines. The whole idea is that you no longer have to be an expert in every little setting and configuration. You just need to be an expert in what you're trying to accomplish. You simply describe your business goal in plain English, and Copilot does the rest.
And this is a perfect example. I mean, that sentence describes a pretty sophisticated data engineering task. In the old world, building that would have taken a skilled engineer a lot of time clicking around, configuring things, and testing. Now, you just ask for it, and Copilot builds that entire multi-step pipeline for you. And it's so much more than just a builder. You ever inherit a super complex pipeline from someone who left the company and you have no idea what it does? Just ask Copilot and I'll explain it to you. Or what about the super cryptic error messages? Copilot can translate them into plain English and tell you exactly how to fix the problem.
So let's step back for a second and put all these pieces together. What's the big picture here? Where is all of this really heading?
Well, we've been on a pretty clear journey. We started in a totally manual world where data experts had to hand code and configure every single little thing. Then, we moved into the automated era, where AI started working in the background to optimize everything. And now, we're entering the conversational era, where the power to work with data is being opened up to pretty much anyone who can describe what they want to do.
And this incredible evolution really forces us to ask a much bigger question. Is this just a better data tool? Or are we actually watching the birth of a brand new kind of AI-native operating system, a future where the main way we interact with all of our technology is just by talking to it? That's definitely something to think about.